I hope everyone has joined so we can start the session.
Yes,
Okay. So hi guys. I don't know you guys are from same region or different. So anyway, so good morning to everyone. And my name is Ram. So I'm from Bangalore, India. So I have 6+ years of experience on Workato integration. So I used to work with a platinum partner of Workato and golden partner of Workato companies. So that's about my sweet and short intro. And today I'm here to kickstart the first session of Workato. So let's see what exactly Workato and what exactly its functionality and all those things. Okay. So with that, I'll share my screen. So if you have any doubts or any questions, you can interrupt me in between and we'll happy to answer your question. Sharing my screen. Okay. I hope you guys can see my entire screen, right?
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Okay, fine. So now, uh, okay. So anyone have any idea like what is Workato and anyone are from the experience side like Boomi, MuleSoft or any other tool or you guys are from different technologies? Okay, I'll take this as no, I might be you might not know different tools. So before starting Workato, we have to get to know familiar with the basics of what exactly why it is Workato is used and what are the different types of tools, what are its competitors and all those things. So in the market, see we have applications. Okay, we have a WhatsApp application, Instagram application. We have n number of applications. In for social application itself is there are a lot of Snapchat, all those things are there. Okay, so let's assume these are all the applications, and in the enterprise level, there are some applications which are used for sales perspective, which are used for billing perspective, which are used for invoicing and other related documentation perspective. There are a lot of applications like Salesforce we have, NetSuite we have, SAP we have. So these are all the applications which are used for the enterprise. Okay. So the applications like WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, and all those things are the social media applications which are used to exchange the messages. Okay. So these are all the applications. Okay. In this application, what is the requirement is like, let's say, so you'll be getting a message in WhatsApp. Okay. You'll be getting a message in WhatsApp. Someone say hi and there will be a chat bot. There will be a chat bot who replies with hello, this I can help, I can provide the assistant with this all the details. Yeah, automatic a message will come. Okay, so that is called as automation. When you send something and you're getting reply, so there is something backend that is running, a service is going to run. So how that can be created? With the help of some tools. So what are those tools? Like Workato, like MuleSoft, Boomi, and all those things. Okay, so then other scenario is, let's say um, you have getting emails every day, you are getting emails, but you have to forward that email to another Outlook, another application or Outlook or any other. Okay, or you want to take the content of the email and you want to create a table or create a data, maintain a data in the Google sheet or any Excel sheet. So it's a kind of manual work, right? So where you will be getting email, hundreds of email, you will be getting, you going through each and every email and you are getting the data from that and again picking up the data and then you are sending the data to Excel sheet and all. So these are all the manual entries. Okay. So why can't you build a bridge in between that? Why can't you build a bridge in between that? Sorry, I didn't miss something important. No, Nutan, I haven't missed anything important. Yeah, just now we have started. Okay. So I'm saying, so we are getting n number of emails and we have to enter the data into the Excel sheet or anything. So those are all the manual things. So why can't we have some integration, a bridge between Gmail and the Excel sheet where it picks the data from the Gmail and insert the data automatically. So these are all the automation or we used to call as integration. So integration is nothing but transfer of data from one system to another system. Okay. Or or from one application to another application. Okay. So that is called as integration. So we have to know aware of the integration. So what is Workato? We'll see that. Okay. So before going to Workato and all, we need to know basics. Okay. So for example, previously you might have known in India we have share it. So share it we can open and we can transfer the high data, videos or movies and all those things. Okay. Before share it, we used to use some Bluetooth. So where the data is very less and the speed is also less. Okay. So we can't send the high, uh, very large data with the Bluetooth. Then we came up with the share it. Now there are iPhone has something airdrop. So we are sharing the data. Like we are sharing data from one device to another device, one system to another system. Okay. And one application to another application. So there are different categories of sharing the data. So sharing data is nothing but integration. Okay. So with that, we're going to start a workout training session. So that is about the basics of integration. So what exactly integration? So you might have not known the word workout. If you know workout, you might have know somewhere your basics, why exactly it is used, what is the use in the market and all. So we'll see all the details today in this session. So I'll be going to next slide. Okay, so this is the day one. We're going to start the basics of integration. Before going to study what is Workato, let's study in depth what is integration, what are its types, and different types of integration, different types of transferring the data, what are the different types and all. So we're going to see all those things. Okay, so here, what is integration? So I'm not going to read all these things in front of you because these are all just a slides and all those things. But actual definition of integration in a sweet and short is transfer of data from one system to another system. So that is called an integration. Okay, where we'll be transferring the data from one system or another system or one application to another application or one device to another device. So everywhere, wherever you're transferring the data. So here also we are doing the integration only. I am transferring my data to you guys. So you are the target, I am the source. This is also a type of integration. Okay, this is where will be manual integration, where I will be transferring the data manually and you will be listening. So these are all the things. Okay, so next I'll go with the next slide. So types of integration techniques. Okay. So what are the different types of techniques? So for example, you take it over here. So this is an online technique. Okay. If you guys are came to offline, that is an offline technique. Okay. There are some different techniques and different impacts of each and every transfer of data. Okay. Similar way, while we are dealing with the application, so there is one thing called as manual integration. So manual integration, like I told, you are getting an email daily, a 10, 100, and you will be checking those emails and taking the data, copy pasting in the Excel. So that is called as manual effort, where a person will be involved in between the two system or in between the one to many or many to one system. So that is called as manual integration. Okay. So then we have point to point integration. So point to point integration, what exactly is? So where you will be written some code, you will be written some code in both the systems. Okay. So in both the systems, you will be writing the code. In Gmail, you will be writing the code. Hey, when new Gmail receives with this and this subject and all, please call Excel. And in Excel, you will be writing a code. Hey, when we got a call from Gmail, please do this task. Please do the data entry in the Excel sheet, this Excel sheet. So there is a code is written and this code is dependent on each other. Okay. So that is called as point to point integration. So for example, here in our scenario, what happened is in we have dependent on each other. If I am speaking, you are listening. If you are off, I'll be get confused. If I am not speaking, you will be get confused. What exactly happening? So this is something like a point to point integration. Okay. Where two parties are dependent on each other. I am talking, you are listening. Okay. So that is called as point-to-point integration. So manual integration, you got to know where manual efforts have been involved. And point-to-point integration is somewhat we have done somewhat automation by writing a code. Okay. Then we have automated integration. So automated integration, what exactly this do is this will eliminate the need of code. So first way I'm doing taking the data from email adding into a Excel. Then after that, I have written the code in both the system so that both the system can communicate. Okay. Then we have automated integration. This automated integration, what exactly it do is, it is just a intermediate layer between two systems. Okay. System A and system B. Okay. Application A, application B. There is an intermediate layer. Okay. This intermediate layer, what exactly this layer is? A application. This is also an application. Okay. This is also automated integration is an application. You might have heard Zapier. So it's a application which helps to connect the two application and transfer very small amount of data. Okay. So this is where we are automating. I guess if you are an iPhone user, there might be a option called as automation where you can do some automation. So that is called as inbuilt feature. Okay. So where you will be doing some automation with with the help of a built-in tool or a separate tool. I mean to say not a tool, it's a application. Okay. Where you will be involving an application where you can connect both the applications so that they can exchange a very small amount of data. So that is called as automated integration. Okay. So first the human started with the manual, then he came up with the code, then he came up with some small application which helps to transfer the data in a very small amount. So then we have, sorry. Okay. So then we have iPaaS. iPaaS is nothing but a full form integrated platform as a service. So the full form itself says the definition. It is a platform that provides a service to build an integration. So what is integration? Transfer of data. We are building a transfer of data. We are building some techniques where we can transfer the data. Okay. So these are all, it is a kind of a bridge. So it's a kind of bridge is nothing but uh, there is a application A, application B, and in between that there is a tunnel bridge. Okay. Tunnel, say secure bridge. Okay. Where cars will pass from one end to another end, bikes will pass. So something like that will be passing the data in a large amount. Okay. So that is called as iPaaS. Okay. So here, don't assume that there are only two systems. There are one to many or many to many. Okay. Many to one also. It depends upon business requirement. Okay. So any doubt in this, guys? Integration techniques?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So I'll be moving on to the next one. So types of integration. Okay. So what we have seen is a techniques. What are the techniques? Manual, point to point, writing a code, using an application, or using a platform. So there are all the techniques. But what are the types of integrations? There are two types of integrations. Okay. So for example, if I can give you a real time scenario, uh, so assume uh, connecting with local peoples, connecting with local peoples like a like Andhra or Tamil Nadu or so something like a locally we are transferring the data. Connecting with other state peoples, so we don't know their languages. We need some transformations. So something the other type. Okay. Then connecting with country to country. So again there is some other type. So these are all the different types where we can transfer the data. Okay. So similarly, if you assume in a perspective of applications, there are two types of integration. One is hybrid integration, another is cloud integration. Okay. So what is hybrid integration and cloud integration in the sense? So applications resides in different regions. Okay. Not with the with countries. Okay. So if you know some theoretical knowledge about the application, there are two types of applications are involved. One is local application which we installed in laptops or mobiles. So those are all called as local applications. Okay. For example, WhatsApp. So you mobiles in all your mobiles you have a WhatsApp. So that is called as local. So that requires your phone memory, phone RAM, ROM, everything it is using. But when you open the WhatsApp web, so it will be opened in any of the mobiles, any of the laptops. You just need an internet connectivity. So that is called as cloud. Okay. So the applications which are resides in local, so called as local application which are resides in cloud, those are called cloud application. So here what is the type is when you are transferring the data from local to cloud, so that is called as hybrid integration. When you are transferring the data from one cloud application to another cloud application, that is called as cloud integration. Okay. So I'll be moving on to the next slide. So now types of coupling. Okay. Coupling in the sense dependency. Okay. So how the applications are dependent on each other. So that is called as coupling. So we have two types of coupling over here. One is loose coupling, another is tight coupling. Okay. So what is loose coupling and tight coupling? We'll see. Okay. For example, let's say loose coupling, will go with the loose coupling. Okay. So I have told you we have to, in point to point integration, we have to write some code. We have to write a code in both application A and application B, where application A communicates with application B, in application B communicates with application A. So there is a intermediate dependency. If one of the application goes off, another application get affected. If A application goes off, B also affected. So there is a dependency, right? So for example, if I am goes off, you will guys get affected. If you guys goes off, I'll be get affected. Okay, so that is called as point to point, a tight coupling where we are coupled with each other, dependency. Okay, that is called as tight coupling. Loose coupling in the sense, so if I am goes off, there will be another person, intermediate person, who can respond to you. Okay, so there is a bridge between us. Okay, so that is called as loose coupling. Okay, so tight coupling in the sense point to point integration where we are writing the code in both the systems to transfer the data, and each code is dependent, or application is dependent on one another. Okay, so that is called as tight coupling. And loose coupling in the sense where an intermediate bridge is there. If one of the application is goes down, so it doesn't affect to the another application. Okay, so that is called as loose coupling. Okay. So right now what we have seen, what is integration, what are the types, techniques of integration, types of integration, and what is coupling. Because the coupling is very important. Okay. And here, this, so far what I have given you the things, the knowledge, that is because that is all basics of integration. Okay. So now we are going to study about Workato. Okay. So Workato is just a tool. Okay, we in market we have lot of tools in order to do the integration. The integration is nothing but transfer of data. Okay, so we can do this transfer of data, manual techniques, point to point techniques, or automated techniques, or from iPaaS. Okay, so Workato is an iPaaS. Okay, so Workato is an iPaaS, Boomi is an iPaaS, MuleSoft might be it is a cloud. I don't know. I never used the MuleSoft. There are SnapLogic, Trade.io, lot of tools in the market. Okay, so one of the tools which is picking up the speed in the market, that is Workato. Okay, so we'll see why exactly it is picking up the speed. What is this speciality of this Workato? Why people are liking this? Why not MuleSoft? Why not Boomi? So all these things we're gonna study. Okay, so Workato is a iPaaS tool. iPaaS in the sense it is a platform which provides a service to build an integrations. Okay, to where we can build integration. Okay, so when I say iPaaS, it is related to some cloud computing models. So cloud computing models in the sense it comes for the applications which are available in the cloud. So for example, WhatsApp web, Flipkart we can open in the cloud, Amazon we can open in the cloud browser. So those are all the applications which are available in the cloud. We no need to install. If you want to install, you can install. It will be present in your locally. Okay. But the applications which are present in cloud, those are called as SaaS, software as a service. Okay, where you can use the software online with the help of, so if you have any internet connectivity. Okay, then we have a platform in the sense, so previously if you might have known, where we used to install Java, JDK, and all those things, compilers in our local system. When we started our journey to IT, we have seen, so at that time, we are using some platforms to write a code, and we used to install that in our local system. Okay. So nowadays, you will get those platform. You can simply type in cloud that I need a JavaScript compiler. So it will be coming over there. You can there and there, you can write the code and you can run. So those are all called as platforms. Okay. So that's an example I am giving, but backend there will be a lot of platforms. So that platforms also available in the cloud. Softwares are available, applications are available, then platforms are available. Okay. Then we have infrastructure. So infrastructure in the sense, like we need some storage. We have to store the data. So previously, what we used to do is we used to store the data in local files. When we used to store the data in local files, or we used to store the data in zip files, something like that. So all this storage and servers. So let's say if we want to run some services, we need to install some drivers. We need to install some services. So no need to do that also. So everything will be available in the cloud. So, so all these three together, we called it as iPaaS. iPaaS in the sense like Workato is a software, so which is you can easily available in the, it's a application which is easily accessible in the internet. Okay, with the help of internet, you can access anywhere, anytime with the Chrome browser, any browser. So that is a software. Then it is a platform. It has a platform where you can build, where you can code. Okay, so that is also there. Then infrastructure. So once you build the code, you need a storage, right? So let's say you have written a program like a hello world program, but we need that code to be stored, right? Somewhere we have to store a cache, or sometime for a time being memory has to be there. So if I am showing this what is workout and all, this is somewhere it has been stored, so that's why it is available to you. Okay, so that is also recipes and integration flows, automation, everything is stored and managed by the cloud only, cloud vendors like AWS, GCP, Azure. So these are all the cloud vendors where they can provide the services. They ask you, hey, you want this service, you want this application platform, everything, pay us this amount, we will give you the service. Okay, why you are installing GBs of storage in your laptop, why you are using your softwares in your laptop, the system is get slow and all. Using cloud, it is very fast. So that's the advantages of cloud. Okay, so Workato, it is an iPaaS tool which gives up all the like capabilities what we require. All these things are available in the cloud only. Okay, so I'll be going on to the next slide. So these are all the general definitions. Before learning Workato, we have to be aware. So on-prem, I told you, on-prem in the sense the software which are installed in locally. So that is called as on-prem, because these are all the technical terminologies of integrations. Okay. Then we have drivers. Drivers is nothing but a piece of software which you have to install. For example, so when you connect a USB to your laptop, the laptop will get to know something has been connected, right? So how the laptop will get to know something has been connected? Because there is some software. Whenever you connect that software, that code will get trigger. That code will get trigger and it will run the software and it will inform the user that, hey, something has been connected USB. Okay, so that is called as drivers. Drivers are the piece of software which allows us to perform some task in the laptops or in the computers. Okay, that is the use of the drivers. Okay, then digital is nothing but you can use anywhere, anytime the service. For example, the Phone Pay, Google Pay, wherever you go, you can use the digitally. Digitally, you can transfer the amount. Just you need a internet connectivity. That's where Workato is also. You can use anywhere, anywhere if you have a subscription. Then we have stateless and stateful. I'll explain this in the end. Then we have enrichments. Enrichment is nothing but enhancement. So, for example, you have built a house and you have to renovate that. That is called as enhancement. Similar way, you have built some automation or integration. You need some enhancement to that. You need to modify. Okay, that is called as enrichment. Orchestration. Orchestration is nothing but dividing the large integration into a small pieces. For example, if you are writing 1,000 lines of code, why can't you divide that code into a small pieces with some hundred lines? Kind of a function calls. Okay. And combining that function calls will perform the entire process. So that is called as orchestration. Okay. And stateless and stateful in the sense, for example, you have in the Chrome, you have type India, it will give the results of India. Okay. And after that, India, you have type the code Australia. Type something Australia. It will give the Australia. So what is your previous session? India. And what is your next session? Australia. So if you go back in the Chrome, you should get the previous session. So that is called as previous session is stored. Okay, previous session is stored. That is called as stateless. Sorry, stateful. Where previous session is stored, the data is stored for the previous session is called as stateful. So sometimes what happen in some application, the history will get vanished. You won't able to see what you have done previously. So that is called as stateless. Okay, stateful in the sense the history will get stored, the session, previous session details will be stored, and state uh, less in the sense the previous history or previous session data is not stored. So that is called as stateless and stateful. So we'll see all these terminologies while building some integration and going through Workato stuff. Okay, so I'll be going with the next slide. So in order to go and see what exactly the Workato, how this data transfer will be happen and all. So there is one important things we need to aware of, that is called as API, application programming interface. The name it's called as an API. So what I my way of defining API is it's just a address. Okay. For example, take a example of delivery, Zomato. Okay. So let's assume you are the Zomato guys. Okay. So where once user has been send a request to a hotel, then hotel will prepare that, and hotel will give you the assigning. You will be getting the details of what is the source address, what is the destination address, where I need to pick up the food, where I need to deliver, and what is the way I am going to deliver, and how fast I will be going to deliver, which is the road I will be picking up. So all these things called as API. So relates to that Zomato or any delivery person. So what delivery person will get? He will get the hotel address, he will get the source address, destination address, and it depends upon API capability. Which route or route he will be preferring to deliver the food exactly proper way or very quickly. So it depends upon that. Okay. So that is called as API is Zomato guy. And there are two types of guys, Zomato guys. One is REST guy, another is SOAP guy. So what is this REST guy will do is he'll going to choose very simple road, simple things. And this SOAP is using some, not a highway, not a tar road, not a cement road. He's not going to use that. He's going to use something kind of a secure ways. A secure ways where nobody knows the ways and all. So it is more secure. So nobody have to see something is going on. So imagine in that way. Okay. So coming to technical REST, it is a very simple and it is very more usable in today's life. And SOAP, it is more secure and it uses some security protocols, and it works on some XML. Okay, so I'll discuss that what is JSON and XML. So as of now, only remember what is API in the sense API which gives the address of the application. Okay, whether it is a source or destination, and how this address will be, what is the route and all those things. It provides all those details about the source and destination application. Okay, these are all the addresses. Okay, so I'll be going to the next slide. So what is JSON? Okay, so JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. So this is one of the coding language. Okay, JavaScript Object Notation. So which helps us to store the data. For example, uh, so I'm speaking in English, and English wording will be comes in. Okay, this is a English. So this is a data which is available in English. Okay, so it is a format. So why can't I is a lightweight? Can I write it in some other language also? I can write it in Chinese and all. So that is a format. Okay. So while API, this Zomato guy got to know the address of application, source application and destination application. Okay. So this Zomato guy knows Telugu. Okay. But the delivery person where he is delivering, he don't know Telugu. He know English. So how this translation will happen? So he has to call, sir, I am here, but he is not understanding. He is understanding other language. So, so assume there are two types of languages where the application will communicate. One is JSON. So this is the format that looks like this. And another is XML. So this is the format that looks like this. So this is just a languages. Okay. So I'll repeat one more time. So these are all the addresses of the applications. Addresses might be a different for different application, different people. There are different home pgs, addresses are different, and reaching out to them are having multiple roads. We can come in that way, this way, that way. Choosing which road is up to the application or the person who is delivering. Then we have format. So once we reached out to your home and all, what is the way of communication? So whether we can translate our languages from one to another. So that is depends upon this JSON and XML. Okay. So lastly, yeah, that's the end of this theoretical session. I I know it's a boring, but it is a very important for you guys to understand. Before going to learn any integration platform, we have to be aware of these things. So any doubt so far, guys, let me know. If you want me to explain any of the things, I'll explain.
Could you please repeat the coupling?
Yeah, coupling. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, loose coupling and tight coupling in the sense, for example, let's say you have a application, WhatsApp and Instagram. Okay. So your requirement is whenever you get a message in one group, there is a group called as TCS. Okay. But you want to forward that TCS messages, the messages which we are coming in the TCS messages in a WhatsApp, you want to share that to Telegram, some global TCS group. Okay. So here one way is you have to check every time the group, you have to open the WhatsApp, you have to copy that message, and you have to open the Instagram and you have to paste it. So that is called as manual one. Okay. Here there is no coupling, no nothing. Okay. Here there is loose coupling only. There is no dependency. Dependency is all about you. Okay. But when you want to do some automation, you are bored of copy pasting hundreds of messages daily. You have reached out to a coder. Hey, this is my WhatsApp and this is my Instagram. Can you write a code so that yeah, automation it automatically pick up this copy this message and paste it in Instagram? So what he will do is he will start doing the coding. So in WhatsApp, he will connect to Instagram. Okay. In Instagram, he will write a code to connect to WhatsApp. Okay. So here what happened? Both systems are dependent. There is a coupling, right? So one of the, if WhatsApp goes down, if you uninstall the WhatsApp, obviously the code, everything will goes off. And in Instagram will also get failed. If you uninstall Instagram, the code which you have written in the Instagram, which is also get failed. And code you are written in WhatsApp will also get failed. So that means there is a dependency. There is a dependency from one application to another application. So if one of the things will get closed and another thing will um, it's another thing will also get affected. It's for example, like you are working in TCS. If TCS shutdowns, it will affect to you also. If you then assume that there is you only the employee and there is a one employee in one company. So dependent on both the things. The work is coming in the company and you will be working. If you are gone, then it affect to company. If company gone, it will affect to you. There is a dependency. So what these peoples will do, they will set some consultancy in between them. Okay. So if TCS goes off, there is a no project in that. There is a consultancy is there. Consultancy will keep you in bench and you will give you project. If you goes off, then other peoples are there. There is no dependency. So that is called as loose coupling. When there is a dependency, we call it as a tight coupling. When there is no dependency, that is called as loose coupling. So previously we have lot of dependency while writing the code. Previously there is no tools like in 2000, before 2000, people will used to write a code to do the integration. With that, there are a lot of dependencies. So that's why they have introduced these tools and all those things.
Yeah, this is clear.
Okay, fine. So now, pardon me, guys, I have taken your time, but this is the first session, so where basics are very important. So I'll be giving more importance to this. Later, once you get to know, Workato is very easy tool. You can learn those things and all. Okay, so I'll be going to my Workato. So this is how the Workato looks like. Okay, so what you required is only you need a subscription to this account. Okay, so you can just, it is a iPass, as I told, it is a application which is available in internet, available over the internet. You have to go open any of the browser, just type Workato login. Just you have to type. You will get this. You have to enter. If you have a subscription, give the username and password. You can log in. And once you are logging, this is how it looks like. The UI. This is how the UI looks like. Okay. So here I'll walk you through on the basics of UI. Okay. And then we'll end up this session. We'll continue tomorrow or some other time. So we'll see more about the Workato side. Okay. So now you told it is a SaaS. Yes, of course, it is a SaaS software which is available over here. And you told it is a platform. Where is a platform where I can build a code, where I can do the coding. Yes, it is a, we have a platform. So where is the platform in the sense? You have to go anywhere called as recipe, any folder. I'll explain this, all those things, but I want to show you the platform where you can build some, do some testing and all those things. So this is the console. We call it as a console. Here where you can build the integration. So these are all the coding. See, with the help of these tools, we are building like this. Previously, what we used to do is we used to write a code. We have to write a schedule code, then we have to declare a variables, then we have to declare a list, then we have to declare a try catch, then we have to use the looping for loop. Backend, this flow will get converted into a code only. Okay. So here there I have some lot of options, if conditions. So anyone knows the correct format of if condition? No, we don't know. We might have missed some brackets and all those things. That is lot of difficulties. Previously they are using into before 2000. Now we have tools. So this is called as workflow in general, but in Workato terminology, don't call it as a workflow. We call it as a recipe. Okay. So we called it as a recipes. So recipes are nothing but a workflows, which does some task, which does something. Okay. And then you say where is storage and all those things. For example, this I have written. It is stored somewhere. Okay. So Workato is using AWS. Okay. Workato is hosted on AWS. So everything will be taken care by AWS. We no need to worry about storing the things and all those things. Okay, versioning and all those things. Everything is taken care by Workato AWS team. Okay, so that is about SaaS. And so yeah, here if you could see, we have some workspaces. We have different workspaces. So different workspaces in the sense we can use other instances as well. So workspace is nothing but this is a TCS workspace. This is a TCS account. Let's say there is a Wipro account. So Wipro guys can invite me. I can use their account. We can share the workspaces. Okay. It is not like something, for example, I'll take an example. You have a Gmail. Okay. You are sharing your Gmail and password to someone. So you are directly sharing the credentials. So that is not a good. Is there any way I can invite him and he can see only this part of emails, only this part of things and all. So that is called as sharing a part of resource from your instance. Okay, so here we have a different workspaces. There are different guys who has their different accounts, but they have shared me by giving some access. So you have this access, I have those access. So that is called as workspace. We can switch between the workspaces. Okay, if I want, I can switch to another workspace. If I want to go to my workspace, I can go to over here. Okay, so environment, forget about now. I'll explain this in later things. So if you click on right click on here, there is a section called as profile section. So the left corner icon, it will be a workspace. So where there are different instances and you can check if you have been invited or if you have been access to use others workspaces, other instances with a limited resources. Okay. So that is called as workspace. And here you have a profile section. So in the profile section, you can see your name and you can a logo of tea and all. And there are different themes we have. So if you are working in a night, night times and all those things, you can switch to dark mode. So where you can switch to dark and use those things. And if you are working on a system battery limited one, you can switch to system mode. These are all just a themes where you can change the things. And here, if you want to log out, you can log out. And help section, if you want to reach out, if you have any queries in the platform, you will be clicking on the help section. So where you will get some documentation about the Workato and all. And here the important thing is the profile settings. Okay, so let's click on this profile setting and see what all the things we have. Okay, so in profile setting, you can see you can change the name of your account. So I have given training workspace. And if you want to upload a photo, you can upload a photo over here. And if you want to change your email, so Workato account can be created only with a premium like business account. Okay, so it can't be created with the Gmail. Okay, so if you want the enterprise account, it can be created with only business account. Can't be created with the enterprise account. Okay, so then if you want to add a phone number, you can add it. Then if you want to change the time zone where you are working, so if I'm working from US and all, so I can change this to US time zone. And what is the date format and what is your preferred language. If I want this to be in Chinese and all, I can change that and I can save. So themes, here also you can change the themes. There is an option to change it over here. Okay, so this is about that. And if you want to change the password of this account, okay, if you want to change this password of this account, you can change it over here. And if you want to put some extra layer of security, you want to put some two-factor authentication setup. Okay, so you can put a two-factor authentication where you will be getting a OTP. If someone has logged in with your username and password to Workato, you will be getting a OTP. So where you will be given the OTP and then it authorize and we will get logged into Workato. Okay. So then we have workspace member. So like I told, so here the workspace where peoples will going to invite you to use their instance. So I got two membership. I have been invited to this guy's workspace, this guy's instance. Both instance I have been accessed. Okay. So if tomorrow someone has sent you the invitation, it will be available over here. You can accept it, or if you want to leave that, you can leave that. Okay. And here you have active logins. So where you can see these accounts, which browser has logged and what is the IP address and when they have logged in. So everything you can like audit all those things. Okay. So this is about the profile section. Okay. So rest, I'll be keeping today's call as short and I'll be discuss the later things in the upcoming sessions and all. So what is this project, operational hub and all. So let me know guys if you have any doubts so far.
Hi Ram.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Actually, compared to other integration tools, is Workato is less complexity or not regarding the if we compare with another integration tools?
See, compared to another integration tools like MuleSoft and Boomi and all those things.
Yes. Mm.
So Workato is little bit cheaper in licensing. So people, that is the one advantages. And second thing is Workato is very easy and user friendly to learn. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have very less options and like in MuleSoft and Boomi, there are a lot of options, lot of things to remember and all. But in Workato, it is very user friendly. And the third thing is the Workato is limited for the data. For example, if you go with the Boomi and MuleSoft, where we can do lot of uh, transfer of data in a bulk amount, in a large amount. Okay, the things are not complex over there. The things are very easy. But those things we can achieve in Workato also, but it is little bit complex. So what I mean to say is Workato is cheaper, easier, and Workato is limited for with small amount of data, not a big amount of data. It is recommended for big amount of data, but the complexity will increase.
Okay, got
Okay.
it.
Rest, everything is same.
Okay, got it.
For example, in MuleSoft and all, we use GitHub to do deployment and all. So that is not required in Workato. And in MuleSoft, we might to write some code for mapping or Java code, all those things. That is not required. So these are all the good things. We have avoided all the manual efforts which previously the integration developers will going to do. We have some easy ways like automated mapping, like coding and all, very less in Workato. But with those things and all, we can do large amount of transfer of data. But in Workato also we can do that. That will increase the complexity of the integration.
Okay.
So that's the only difference. So what people is preferring, instead of paying 1,000 rupees to MuleSoft, I can pay 100 rupees to Workato and I can get it done. Let it be it is complex or not. I don't want to bother about that. So that's what it is picking up the speed in the market. And it is also very easy. They don't want any technical guys. For MuleSoft, if something goes wrong, they need a technical guy. But Workato is meant for support peoples. So where a sample, at least a basics of knowledge on technical, a support guy can handle the Workato stuff.
Okay.
It doesn't require much technical expertise. Okay. Any other question, guys?
So is it completely cloud-based tool, right?
Yeah, it is completely cloud-based. There is no on-prem version of this one.
Okay.
Any other things, guys?
That's all. Thanks for
Okay, guys. Thanks for your time. Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.